Welcome back, guys. This is Brian 916. We're going to pick up where we left off on our Dodge engine rebuild, and I'm going to continue to work right here at the shop entrance. It's a nice day out, and I really enjoy working in natural light when I'm working on cars. So, let's continue where we left off. Hey guys, so I'm going to start getting all the timing set up. Let's start getting some of our timing components installed. First tensioner we're going to put on is this tensioner right here in our timing cover. Put a little bit of Loctite on these bolts. Got a little bit of Loctite on this other one as well. Alright, so next guide, we're going to get the fixed guide in. The aluminum color bolts go on the cylinder head, and darker color bolts, the black bolts, go on the block. The fixed chain guide in on this side. Of course, I'll put a little Loctite on it too. We need to get our tensioning chain guides in. Thing on the other side, just be mindful when you're torquing down your guide not to put too much torque on this. You will crack it right here on the cylinder head. I'll also put Loctite on this bolt too. So we got all our guides on. I'm just going to go back and double check the torque on all of them. Alright, so we're in good shape. Let's go ahead and start sliding our gears. And so here's our new chains. Let's get these set up. So make sure you put the double colored links down on this shaft and keep the single one free right here. So same thing on this side, get the double colored link down on the little dummy camshaft, and then to keep the single colored link up top. This time you just want to take a quick look and see if we can ascertain which chain is going to ride where. So if I pull this back, I can see this chain is going to be ahead of this chain up front, because you can see where it wants to ride on the guide. When we pull this one back, you can see it's going to ride back here. Let's get our gear set up. This chain is also new as well. This slid on. Alright, so pretty much in. So basically, how you want to make sure the timing marks are on straight is crank is in the 6 o'clock. This dummy cam or idler is in 12 o'clock. And then we want our colored links to show through both of these windows according to the instructions. And then also we want our V8 symbols to be pointed straight up with the colored link on the R or L, depending on what side you're putting it on. So let's go and verify that we got this mark together and we got these two together, that one together, then that should put us correct on the top. So we got everything lined up here. We got our 6 o'clock on our single solid
here we got it
link.
on the 12 o'clock,
the double solid on our 12 o'clock. And then we also need a double solid through these windows. And you can see we got a double solid on this side. And on this side, we also have a double solid. If you look past the first chain to our back chain, you can see we got our double solid on through the window. So that should have us in the right location at the top. All right, so I'm just gonna pull my chain back and just verify that it's nice and straight with the chain guides. They appear to be nice and straight on this side. It also appears to be nice and straight on this side. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a bolt in there, because we don't want to lose our progress by this thing sliding out or anything. So I'm just going to run this down for now. Then once I get my cam sprockets on, I'll just take it out real quick and throw a little Loctite on it. So let's start with our right side cam sprocket. So according to the instructions, the V8 needs to be pointed straight up, and our single colored link need to be on the right for the right head. So let's get that set up. So we're on this side. Gonna run it in just to make sure the sprocket is seated. Now I go ahead and get a little bit of Loctite on it. So these get 90 foot-pounds. Go ahead and do the same on the other side. Same thing on this side, let's just get it to seat. Get a little Loctite on it. Look up a torque spec on this one, but this bolt's pretty skinny, so I'm not gonna put that much on it. I'm just gonna snug it up. If I had to guess, it'd probably be like maybe 25 foot-pounds. All right, so let's get our chain tensioners in. These are labeled left and right. Got some Loctite on these bolts as well. So everything looks good. Go ahead and pull the pins on all this stuff. All right, so we rotated it twice, all our marks line back up. So at this point, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna see if we got compression building. I turned off my shop fan, so hopefully the camera can pick this up. So we'll start here and we'll just rotate it, see if we can hear compression coming out. Oh yeah, that sounds good. All right, so doing that, it tells us a lot we can verify that we actually have compression building in each cylinder. We just don't know how much, but we do have a nice strong hiss coming out in all 8 cylinders. So at this point, we could go ahead and start putting some covers on. So I got my valve cover, got a new gasket in there. So of course I got new grommets in there as well. It came with the kit, so went ahead and popped them in. These little grommets that go around the bolts. Of course, same thing on the other side. You guys wouldn't believe I got a phone call from a woman yesterday looking to get a top end job done on another 4.7 like this. Man. I may pass on it. Or I may give it to Des Auto Tech. Let him try his hand at one of these 4.7. I don't think he's ever done a top end on. That woman has a 4.7 Jeep, and a lot of people have those Jeeps out here. We're pretty close to the Sierra Nevada. Going over to Sierra Nevada, it's pretty treacherous, and these Jeeps will get you over it. And especially in the winter time, it does snow up there. Going over the mountain, and you'll have to use chains on your tires, snow chains. I believe if you have these 4-wheel drive Jeeps, they'll let you go without needing snow chains, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, a lot of people have these over here. Plus Tahoe, it's not far away. Get to Tahoe pretty quick, the Nevada side or the California side. So, all right. Anyway, we got some PCV little spouts to get in on our cylinder head, and then we got a couple covers to put in here, and we'll get our timing cover on. While I got my thread sealer out, we'll just go ahead and put this plug in right here. .29 millimeter. There's another little plug right here. I believe the rebuild kit came with a gasket, so let me go grab it. So here's the OE gasket, and then here's the one that came in the kit. This thing's extremely thin and flimsy, so I'm gonna just put the OE one back on because it's gonna work better than that one. I'm just gonna use a little bit of ultra black and put it around here. So before we get our timing cover on, let's scrape off this little excess RTV sticking out. So I'm gonna leave the RTV in the inside. I just want to scrape it off the timing cover so we can seal up our cover. So let's get our timing cover put on. So it's time to get our timing cover on, get our gasket on, and you don't need silicone with this. It's pretty much got silicone on it already. Alright, so I'm going to start with the short bolts. There's quite a few different lengths in here. The short bolts are pretty unmistakable, so I'll put the short bolts in to get rid of all of those first, and then figure the other bolts out. Longer bolts. The timing cover bolts go on with the water pump. So some of the bolts bolt to the surface and others go all the way through to the block. So we need to get our water pump on. One more bolt right here. Let me go hunt that down. All right, moving right along, guys. We're gonna get the exhaust manifold put on the side and the heat shield, and that should be it. After we get our exhaust manifolds on, we should be ready to drop this thing in. All right, so let's just make sure our gasket line up. So it looks like we got a good gasket here. Grab the manifold, get it on. shield on.
Alright, let's do the other side.
Alright guys, so let's get this other one on. Make sure our gasket lines up, which it does. So let's get our manifold. All right, let's get our heat shield on. We got both sides. So that completes it. We just got a couple more items to throw on. Our harmonic balancer, we got to get our thermostat in there. And one bolt I seem to misplace. I'm gonna hunt for this bolt. If I can't find it, I'll swing by the hardware store, pick one up on my way to work tomorrow. Other than that, that's it, guys. Stay tuned for part 8 when we get this thing installed. This is Brian 916. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.